Welcome. Today we are talking about villagers. And if you've ever dealt with villagers, they can be the absolute worst. Just the worst. I mean, they're not easy to deal with. But I'm going to have a couple episodes of basically the full walkthrough of villagers in Minecraft Bedrock. Again, this is for Bedrock. I know Java is a bit different. We're not talking about Java. We're talking about Bedrock. So if you play on PC, Windows 10, any console, Pocket Edition, this one's for you. Alright, so today we're just going to go through professions, why it's good to have certain villagers, why I personally don't have other villagers, what they provide, so forth and so on. So we're going to start down here at the end. This is your humble farmer. You want farmers. At least a few of them, especially early game. One, they provide food. You can give them emeralds, they'll give you food. Or you can give them food and they'll give you emeralds. It's fantastic. Get yourself a nice melon and pumpkin farm, get a bunch of free emeralds, it's good. Also, this one doesn't. This one sells glistening melons, but some farmers sell golden carrots, which are the cream of the crop food for most of us. If you don't know, get a golden carrot. They're fantastic. But yeah, they're a good early game villager. Moving on to the fishermen. The fishermen have some good things that they will sell you, like campfires, so I don't have to craft them. Fantastic. Fishing rods, which some of them are okay, some of them are trash. But overall, it's not a bad villager. You can sell them your cod if you have a fish farm, and some of us do, and we have outrageous amounts of fish. Sell them your fish. Free emeralds. This is the nitwit. They don't take jobs. They sleep in late during the day, they go to sleep late at night. They are the laziest of all the villagers, and pretty pointless, honestly. I like to just trap them in like the fronts of little buildings behind desks and make them like little welcome clerks and stuff like that. Or you can just murder them, because again, they serve no purpose other than to take up a spot in your village. Moving on. This is the Fletcher. The Fletcher is an underrated villager, honestly. They will give you emeralds for sticks. Sticks, people. That's right, I said it, sticks. Crazy. Also, some of them, this one doesn't. This one sells just a regular bow and then a crossbow, but some of them will sell tipped arrows, so you can get pretty OP arrows from them. So I would recommend, honestly, if you're doing a trading haul, put a couple Fletchers in there. You might get something awesome, and again, you can trade them sticks for emeralds. It's madness. Madness. Cartographer. One of my favorite villagers, personally. For one, they'll give you some empty maps if you need some empty maps early game. They will trade you emeralds for glass panes, which glass panes, pretty easy to get. Pretty easy to get. They will also sell you Ocean Explorer maps and Woodland Explorer maps, so you don't have to go out of your way to find an ocean monument or a woodland mansion. Super helpful, in my opinion. Super helpful. So get yourself at least one cartographer. That way you can at least get your maps for free. And maybe trade them some glass panes. The Librarian. Possibly one of the most important villagers in the game. They give you enchanted books. They can also trade you glass, which you can make into glass panes and trade to the cartographer. But again, the enchanted books. Each librarian is going to give you a different roll of things they'll trade you. Like, the odds of you getting the same two librarians back to back are really low. Some of them trade you bookshelves, some of them don't. Some of them only have 2 enchanted book trades, some of them have 3. But if you want Mending, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch, any of the need books, get yourself a bunch of librarians. It's just, I can't say it enough. You need these guys. Now, getting emeralds from them, not always the easiest, unless you've cured some of them, but we're not going over that today. We will go over that next episode. Moving on. The Weaponsmith. I personally don't use a ton of these. I do enjoy the axes, but once I get like 1 or 2 good swords, I don't need them. And also, they want a diamond, and they'll give you an emerald. So they want you to go and find diamonds, one of the hardest resources in the game. And they'll give you an emerald for it. It's just rude. But again, they can give you bells, I guess, axes. It is also important to note that certain villagers, like librarians, weaponsmiths, and a few more that we'll go over, their trades change depending on the villager. Like another one might have a different axe. They might not have smite 2. Might have a different sword, so forth and so on. So keep that in mind if you want to get a few of them to roll their trade, see if you can get something better. The leather worker. Personally, not a big fan. I mean, they give you leather armor. Not great. You can trade them your flint. But, you know, other than that, they give you a saddle, I guess. But if you've ever made a raid farm, you got plenty of saddles. Again, I'm sure there's some purpose for the leather worker, but I haven't found it. Clerics, one of my favorite villagers. You can trade your rotten flesh to them. And anybody who's ever made a mob farm has tons of rotten flesh. Also, they'll give you redstone for emeralds. They'll give you lapis for emeralds. They'll give you glowstone for emeralds, which is one of my favorites because I personally just don't like looking around the nether for constant glowstone to make redstone lamps and just glowstone in general. It's just an easy way to get it. They also trade you ender pearls and bottles of enchanting. I said enchanting. Which will give you free levels. And for 3 emeralds, not a bad deal. So get yourself a few clerics, and then also you'll have the brewing stands that you can make potions in right there. Boom. On to the armor. They're like the weaponsmith in the sense where they're not always going to trade you the same things. Like each one's not going to give you these fire protection leggings or a chest plate. You kind of just got to get a couple of them until you get the trades that you want. They'll trade coal in the beginning, which, you know, coal's kind of useful early game, so I wouldn't really trade it personally. They'll take your iron if you have an iron farm. Solid. Again, they're another diamond trader, which why would I give you a diamond for an emerald? Pull it together, armors. Pull it together. But they're not bad to have a few of them if you're planning on doing a shop in your realm, or say you're selling enchanted armor. The butcher. The butchers can be okay, in my personal opinion. They'll trade you 3 cooked beef for 1 emerald. That's actually that's a good deal. I'm gonna get some of that. It's, you know, they're not terrible, other than the fact that they want 10 dried kelp blocks for 1 emerald, which is outrageous. Terrible deal, unless you have a huge kelp farm. They can be okay. They'll give you 5 pork chops for an emerald. Again, that's a pretty good deal. If you need food early game and you don't have your farmer set up, butchers they're not bad. And also, you can use the smoker, put your coal up here, your food down here, cook it yourself. Don't even need that guy. Cats. Ugh, cats. We'll go into cats on the next villager episode. I despise them. Toolsmiths, much like the weaponsmiths. Each one will trade you something different. This one give you a diamond hoe. You know, everybody needs a diamond hoe in their life. This one gives you a fortune shovel, and the master is a diamond pickaxe. They trade coal, iron, and flint. Again, they are another diamond trader, but these ones are actually useful because you can get a steady supply of like disposable tools for emeralds, which is much better than making them with diamonds. Stonemason, one of my favorites. They will trade you 10 brick blocks or 10 bricks for 1 emerald, which I personally love using bricks in builds. So I love these guys. Also, you can trade them stone blocks for emeralds, which it's pretty easy to get stone once you have silk touch. And if you cure these guys, you can take that down to 1, which 1 stone for 1 emerald. But again, we're not talking about curing them today. They also sell chiseled stone bricks. They'll sell you polished andesite or polished diorite. I don't know why you'd want polished diorite, but polished andesite, it's nice. Each one will have a different kind of terracotta they sell. So if you're into terracotta, that's cool. And they also will either sell you quartz pillar blocks or solid quartz blocks, which if you can get the plain quartz blocks, I love those. Love them. So again, get yourself a few stonemasons. 100,000% worth it. I love these guys. I always have at least 5 or 6 of them. Again, with Cats. Sorry, PETA. This is another toolsmith. I know we already did one, but I was just kind of trying to show how they'll have different roles. Like this one, again, has a diamond hoe for some reason, which, but this one has an axe down here instead of the pickaxe. So, like I said before, get out of here, Kitty. You made me break it. And now we broke it. Sorry, dude. Which one were you again? I think you were the toolsmith. Let me give you a workstation before you run away. Boom. There you go. Sorry, bud. And finally, we have the shepherd. Shepherds are definitely good for shears. If you have a wool farm, you can trade them your wool. It's a good deal. White dye, 12 white dye for 1 emerald, that's not great. You can buy your carpet from them, which I do enjoy having a few of them for easy carpet. You can trade them a couple different dyes. It's like the other villagers. It depends on the one, depends on the color that they want. So each one's different. They'll trade you beds, which, if you have a wool farm, don't really need to buy beds. They will trade you banners and paintings though. The banners I do enjoy, because you can get different colored banners from them. So that is pretty helpful. But again, this was just, quick walkthrough on all the villagers. And what they do, what they trade, my opinions on which ones are useful, which ones aren't. But I'm going to put out a few of these episodes. Next episode, we're going to be explaining villager mechanics and how to move villagers, which if you have ever tried to do that, it's the worst. Like the absolute worst. So, yeah, hopefully I can help y'all out a little bit. And we'll do a few of these, just pretty much walking through everything that has to do with villagers. Because, I mean, there's videos out there, but some of them, they don't really explain it too well. So, I'm going to try to help with that. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment if you have any questions, or would like me to go into detail about other things. Thank you. I'm Turtle Havoc, signing out.